Welcome everybody. My name is Joshua McCarty, and every week I'm gonna start making these videos breaking down cases to show you how strategically planned racism actually is. And because I'm sure you see it on social media and you see it on the news, but if you look back at some of the older cases, you can see how thoroughly planned racism is. So if you don't know this man here, his name is James Batson, and in 1982, James Batson was charged with burglary and theft by receiving stolen goods. So Mr. Batson said, you know what, I'm gonna take this case to trial because y'all ain't got no evidence against me because I'm innocent, I didn't do anything. So he takes his case to trial, and the jurors that made up the trial was 11 white people and one black person, a black lady. So of course, the 11 white people said, he's guilty, he's guilty, he's guilty. But the black woman said, not so fast. Y'all didn't prove anything saying to show he's guilty. Y'all didn't catch him in the act of the crime, and y'all searched his car and you searched his home. You didn't find any stolen goods. So the case ended up being a hung jury. So Batson is free. He's off the hook. He lives happily ever after. Not really. Insert Joe Gutman. Joe Gutman was the district attorney on the case. So a little while later, Joe Gutman retried the case, and this time the jury makeup was different. This time it was 8 white people and 4 black people on jury duty. So this time, you know, Gutman had to be thinking, dang, the only reason I lost the case the first time was because of this one black person. Now I have 4 black people on jury duty, so the chance of me winning this case is even slimmer. So what can I do to get these 4 black people off jury duty? So he thought and he thought, then it hit him. Peremptory challenges. And the peremptory challenge is challenges given to the defendant and the prosecutor to get rid of any defendant, not any defendant, but to get rid of any juror that you don't think is fit to be on jury duty. And some of the reasons, well, I'm not gonna say reasons, some of the excuses to get rid of black jurors before was things like poor education, poor employment history, I don't like the way he looks like he's not fit to be on jury duty, or even superficial reasons like I don't like the way he's dressed, or my personal favorite, his hair resembles other defendants who have been charged with similar crimes and who have been convicted. So Gutman uses 4 peremptory challenges and he gets rid of all 4 black jurors. So now Batson is charged and tried in front of a white DA, a white judge, and 12 white jurors. Do I need to tell you the outcome of the case? Yep. Batson is convicted. He's charged and convicted and sentenced to 20 years in prison. And I'm sharing this story with you because it was a historical case, because if you commit a crime, especially if you're black and committed a crime, or if they say you committed a crime and you're black, the DA and sometimes the judge are going to do everything in their power to get rid of all black jurors, because they know if they have black jurors on jury duty, the chance of them winning the case is goes down, and it's not even playing field. And it's never been even playing field, because I remember back in the day in prison, they used to let brothers get degrees in prison. Before that, they tried to prevent black people from voting. They tried to prevent black people from getting high esteemed positions like lawyers, doctors. They tried to prevent black people from reading. They tried to prevent black people from sitting in certain restaurants, sitting in the front of the bus, and everything. And when you go to, and it's so set up, like, let's say you are completely innocent. You have, like, they just pull you off the street and say, you know what, you did this robbery or you did this drug deal or whatever, and you're completely innocent. They don't have anything against you. This is how they get you. Cause they know they don't have anything against you. They get you in fear. They say, okay, we'll offer you 1 year for these crimes. So you probably spent a little time in the county jail. So you probably have to do a little bit more months. And after this 1 year, you'll probably get put on like felony probation. But if you take this case to trial, you may end up getting 5 years or 10 years or even longer in prison. So you're thinking to yourself, I know I didn't do nothing. But if I go to trial, because when you go to trial, the penalty is always stiffer than the penalty would be if you would plea out to a deal. So you're saying, if I go to trial and I lose, even though I didn't do nothing, I might spend 5 years, 10 years in prison. So you don't want to take that risk. So you say, you know what, I'm gonna cop out and I'm gonna cop out to this plea, which makes you seem guilty, first of all, in the eyes of your family and the eyes of the public. but it also brands you as a felon. And the branding is so important because once you're branded as a felon, you're subjected to legalized discrimination. The same discrimination that you was discriminated against when you was a slave or before black people had any type of rights. So you're discriminated against in housing, you're discriminated against in employment, you're discriminated against in getting certain school grants, federal loans, and it's gonna be like very difficult for you to get a good job, to get good housing, because a lot of people do background checks, and when they see that you have a felony on your record, even though you didn't do nothing, you're still subjected to that stuff. So now in this day and age, we have white people sentencing black men, sometimes innocent black men, to lengthy prison terms and sometimes death sentences, which resembles lynchings that they used to do back in the day. Only this time it's more latent and it's more clandestine. Y'all heard that word clandestine? I'm gonna graduate before I leave this motherfucker. So, and it's crazy. Black people are the minorities in America, yet we make up over 50% of the prison population. So I just wanted to bring that to y'all attention, man. And if you're interested in seeing and reading about what happened after the initial 20-year conviction, I'm gonna leave a link down below so y'all can read and check out the rest of the Batson versus Kentucky case. And I appreciate y'all coming here. I'll see you again next week. I've been your lovely host, Joshua McCarty. So get off my line. Ugh.